Howdy, howdy, howdy. Rideshare Mike here, coming at you from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm an Uber and Lyft driver, mostly Uber. Been doing this. Here, let me turn this down. This music, by the way, is Sirius XM Radio. It's the Seriously Sinatra station. I get a lot of compliments from my riders when they hear this. I usually keep it down low. Usually keep it right about there on level 9. And I get a lot of compliments on it. They thank me for playing this music. And I get pretty good tips as a result. I think it's partly because it's a clean car, the music, I'm friendable with them. So yeah, it works out real well. Anyways, again, my name's Mike. I've been doing Uber and Lyft for just over 5 years now. I've done over 9,000 rides, and I really like it. I enjoy it. I do get a little tired of the driving, a lot of driving. I've driven over 200,000 miles. I've had 2 different cars. I had an Acura MDX before this one here, and now I'm in a Pilot, a Honda Pilot. And yeah. So I thank you for checking out the video. If this information about driving for Uber and Lyft is helpful to you or somebody else, I just ask that you like the video, share it with others who may be interested, and I greatly appreciate it. I've been asked hundreds, if not hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times over the years, 9,000 rides, 5 years, why do I do it? What do I like about it? What are the best rides I've had, the worst rides I've had? The people, here, let me turn this down. Some of the people I've met, interesting people, and so on and so forth, about the money that you can make, the hours that you work, how many hours, how late in the morning, how late at night or early morning do you work, things like that. So I decided to start up a YouTube channel, and this is my second video, and appreciate all your support. Your comments are very encouraging. And so here we go. Even though I am located in Atlanta, Georgia, most of the information I'm going to share with you will be beneficial no matter where you live. Okay? I make these videos to help others who may be interested in this business, and to others who are already in the business but may be open to new ideas. When I first started doing this, I didn't have a clue how to do it. I was referred over to a friend of a friend who was doing this, and I called and talked to him for a short time. Got enough information to know whether or not it was something that I would be interested in trying, and I decided to go ahead and try it. I went out, I bought a car, bought an Acura MDX, and I bought it used, and it worked out really, really well for about 120,000 miles, and so now I'm in the Pilot. But I've learned an awful lot through the years. I only do this part-time. I'm retired. I just do it to stay busy. I don't want to be staying at home all the time. So I like to get out. I like to meet people, talk to people. And so I started doing this, and slowly but surely I figured everything out. And now I want to help others do the same thing, if that's what you want to do. Let me tell you a little bit about Uber, a little bit about Lyft. I work mostly for, doing the Uber rides, and I do mostly all Comfort and XL. And how Uber, the different types of rides that you get with Uber is, it starts at the bottom, which is plain old Uber X. It's the least paying ride that Uber has. The next one would be Uber Pool, which is the same thing as UberX, except you'll have more than one customer in the car at any one time. I've had actually up to 3 customers at the same time. And what you do is you pick up one on the way to dropping them off. They'll send you another person that you pick up, so you sidetrack, go pick up that person, and then you still haven't dropped off the first one yet. So, and then sometimes they'll even send you a third ride before you're able to drop off the first one. Okay, this is called Uber Pool. I didn't really care a whole lot for that. The business was kind of unpredictable. I kind of like to know, where I'm going to be going, how long is it going to take, and so on and so forth. And so I kind of steered away from that. I really don't like doing UberX either. The only time I do UberX is when I bring somebody to the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson airport, and I don't want to wait around to get a ride out of the airport. If so, I turn on UberX, and it usually works out really good because they have a good surge rate at the airport, usually 10, 15, 20 bucks. Just for picking up at the airport, I get paid that extra money. So if I didn't turn on UberX and I wanted to wait around for a Comfort or an XL ride out of the airport, I would have to go back to the Uber lot, which is about 5 minutes away. It's still on the airport grounds, but it's about 5 minutes away from the customer pickup location, and most likely I would have to wait for an hour, maybe less, most likely more, and so I don't want to do that. I'm not making any money while I'm sitting there waiting. Okay, I don't have anything that I want to read or anything else I want to do while I'm sitting there waiting, so I just turn on UberX, and it's amazing. I'll get a ride right away. They tell me to circle around and get ready to pick somebody up, and sure enough, within 5 minutes they sent me a ride. And because it's got such a good surge bonus there, it more than makes up for it being an UberX, which normally pays a lot less than a Comfort or XL. Okay, so that's when I do the UberX. Otherwise, I'm not going to do UberX. Another time when I may do UberX is, let's say that I'm working a promotion for a promotion bonus. It's the last day of the bonus. It's late at night. I need 2 more rides real quick, and so I may turn on UberX just to knock out a couple of real quick rides, and then get my promotion bonus. Okay, I'll talk more about those promotion bonuses later. Okay, the next, you got the UberX, you got the Uber Pool, and then you have the Uber Comfort. Uber Comfort is basically a late model vehicle, 4-door sedan with leather seats. Most of these cars qualify for Uber Comfort. After you sign up, and I'll have a link down below where you can sign up to learn more about Uber and also for Lyft as well. You can learn more about the different cars that qualify for these different rides. Okay, so then, and that's for Comfort. Comfort is a good ride. And then the next one up from that would be Uber XL. Uber XL is it doesn't have to be a late model vehicle, but it just basically needs a minimum of 7 seat belts. Now I have 8 seat belts in my Honda Pilot. I have 3 in the back row, 3 in the middle row, and then the 2 up front, so I can actually take 7 passengers. Okay, and so that is XL. That's Uber XL, and it's going to be the same thing for Lyft. As far as the XL goes, it's the same thing on Lyft. Okay, now the next one after on Uber, the next ride is going to be for Uber Black. Now here in Atlanta, they're not taking any more. They don't have any openings for Uber Black. They don't want to do any of the Uber Black cars, and that's okay because Uber Black, to do Uber Black, it requires an airport sticker to be able to, commercial. It's actually a commercial vehicle. Okay, it requires that you pay for the airport sticker every year. It requires commercial insurance. So these are added expenses. It also you also do not get paid for surge. I get paid for surge, like for example, coming out of the airport, I'll get a surge of $15, $20, $25. You don't get paid surge if you're doing Uber Black. So it's really best not to get into that. So the vehicle that I have, the Honda Pilot, for doing Uber, is one of the best vehicles, if not the best vehicle, to use for this business, because I get those top two rides without going into Uber Black. I do the Uber Comfort and the Uber XL. And the Uber customers are really good. I have better luck with them than I do with the Lyft customers. So that's worked out really, really well for me. Now, Uber or Lyft. Let's talk about Lyft. Lyft has a regular Lyft. Okay, that's selected compared to the Uber X. Okay, they have regular Lyft, just not Lyft X, just regular Lyft. And then they do a shared ride thing as well, kind of like the Uber Pool. And then after that, they don't really have anything. They just jump from that right into, or at least here in Atlanta, they jump right from that into the Lyft XL. Okay, so and then after the Lyft XL, and I would qualify for that, for the XL and for the regular Lyft and for the Lyft shared ride, the Lyft Pool. But then after that, this is where Lyft is a little different. Lyft offers the Lyft XL. I'm sorry, not Lyft XL. I already covered that. It covers the Lyft Black. You don't need the commercial insurance. You don't need the airport sticker. You don't need those additional expenses. You just need an upper end vehicle like the Acura MDX that I had. I had actually done some of the Lyft Black, or Lyft XL Black, Lyft Lux. Okay, they call it Lyft Lux, Lyft Lux Black, and then Lyft Lux Black XL. Okay, so and the vehicle I had qualified for those rides. The problem with that, with those rides, is that you don't get them very often. And I had that Acura MDX for 3.5 years, and I got maybe 15 or 20 of those rides for the whole 3.5 years. Now they pay really well. They'll pay $100 or more on those rides if they're decent length rides. 45 minutes or an hour or something. You'll easily make $100, $150 or whatever on those rides, but you just don't get very many of them. Not too many people want to spend that kind of money to go to the airport or go across town. So to me, it was not worth, for as few of those rides as you get, it's not really worth buying a vehicle and spending another $20,000 or $30,000, $35,000 more. I mean, nearly twice or more than twice of what I spent on my Honda Pilot just to get those few rides with Lyft for the Lyft Lux and Lyft Lux Black, Lyft Lux Black XL, and so on. So that's why I got the vehicle I got. And I really like working for just one company. If you split your rides up between two different companies, so many for Uber, so many for Lyft, you're going to miss out on these, what they call promotion bonuses. Promotion bonuses, I usually make $150, $200 a week on promotion bonuses. And that's for the quantity of rides that you do. You may do a whole slew of rides that are only 5 minutes long, but each one counts towards your promotion bonus. And I'll go more into the promotion bonuses later, okay? Okay, so that covered Uber, we covered Lyft, covered the vehicles. Remember, late model, leather interior, 7 or more seat belts. Again, after you get signed up with either Uber or Lyft, you can get information on which vehicles qualify for those, okay? And I'll have the links for those down below this video. Let me see. What else? What else are we going to talk about? Oh, the kind of pay that you can make. With the vehicle I have and the rides that I do here in Atlanta, I make usually somewhere, well, I really don't do that much from Monday to Thursday. Sometimes I'll work a couple days in there, but I usually don't work that much Monday through Thursday. I don't normally do this full time. I'm retired, been retired for a few years. I just do this to get out from time to time. So like if I'm out running errands, I'll go ahead and I'm all cleaned up, the car's good shape, gassed up and everything. I'll just go ahead and do a few rides. I just turn it on. That's one of the nice things I really enjoy about this business is I can be out doing errands. I can go out intentionally to work. I could be on my way home from wherever doing whatever. It doesn't matter. And I'll think, hey, it's a good night, it's busy. I think I'll go ahead and do some rides. And sure enough, I turn it on, I'm good to go. So I always keep the car clean, and I'm out doing errands or whatever. I can just pick up two, three, 4 rides. It doesn't take very long. And so it gives you a lot of freedom, a lot of flexibility. Before I was doing this, I was doing black car service. I had my own service. I was a contractor working for different companies, and everything that you did in the black car service was by appointment. So you were picking up so and so at a certain address at a certain time, and you had to be there like 10-15 minutes early, and so you always have that anxiety of getting there on time, going through the Atlanta traffic, and getting there on time. If there's an accident or something, you got to work your way around the traffic, and sometimes it can be stressful. So, and I don't like that. That's one of the things I like about this. If it's raining and I don't want to work, I just take myself offline, go home. If I'm out early in the morning and I want to make some money, I'll go out, and make some money. I'll go at late at night, any day of the week, whatever. Now, primarily what I do is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I usually make right about $50 an hour between those 3 days, and now that's including my regular commission, the consecutive ride bonus, the promotion bonus, because you get a separate promotion bonus for that 3-day stretch, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so between all the bonuses and the tips, regular commission and the surge, I usually make right about $50 an hour. I've actually made more. I believe I've actually made a little bit less sometimes. I usually average right about $50 an hour, and that works out really well. Now, if I do work Monday through Thursday, that's another promotion bonus. I usually go for a small bonus, maybe $50 or something. I only need to do like about 20 rides in order to get that $50. And so, and that's pretty easy to do. And I can go out any of those days I want. Sometimes I take Monday off, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes I take all 4 days, sometimes I only take one of those days. So, but that's Monday through Thursday. Now, everybody, each to their own, okay? Everybody can do whatever you want. If you wanted to make $100,000 a year doing this business, absolutely, without any question. If you have the right vehicle, you keep it clean, you're nice to your customers, you're in a big city like Atlanta. We've got like 6 million people here, and we cover really big areas, really spread out. So a lot of opportunities here to drive and make good money. And you can definitely make $100,000 a year is $8,500 a month. that's 2,000 a week, you know. You can definitely do that. I've done over 2,000 a week. Many weeks I've done over 2,000 a week. And that's working about 40, 50 hours. One time I did 60 hours. And when you are doing 60 hours, I measure my mileage every day. I keep track of it. And I'll actually do 1,800 miles in a week sometimes. That's a lot of driving. You get pretty wiped out sometimes. But I do it because it's keeping me busy. I'm not waiting around for a ride. I go from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And when it's busy, Uber will actually send me a ride before I even finish the one that I'm doing at the time. So as soon as I drop the current customer off, I'm on my way to pick up the next one. And it's just daisy chain like that. And I'll do 15, 20, 23. I've done as many as 23 or 24 rides in one day. And they're not all short rides. I mean, there's some good 45-minute rides in there. But it's just a long day. And it'll be 5, 6, 7. I've made as much as $700 in a day. So if I'm staying busy and everything is cool, you know, no incidences with customers or traffic or whatever, you know, I can go 10, 12, 13 hours. I've gone sometimes. And I enjoy it. I mean, I'm kind of a little bit wiped out. I mean, sometimes you gotta get out of the car just to stretch your legs. And so you have to do that sometimes. But yeah, it's I've never worked a business like this with just such a minimal investment, which was this car. No special license or permits or anything, just getting set up with Uber and Lyft and getting a nice car, and just it's really a very, very easy business to run. Very flexible, very, very flexible. I really, really like it. It doesn't pay quite as much as if you had maybe 4 or 5 people working for you. But for somebody that's just working for themselves, especially for someone who's retired, and if you don't mind traffic and you like people, man, I'll tell you, it's a pretty cool thing. Here's another thing. They have a service called UberEats. And if you do Uber Eats, you don't have to have anybody in your car. It can be just you. And you could have a little Toyota Corolla or a little Toyota Prius or a little Nissan, and you don't need nothing fancy in your car. You're just doing Uber Eats. You're picking up food from one restaurant and you're delivering it to somebody at work or somebody at home. And that's all you're doing all night long. Now, and like I said, a very inexpensive car. Nothing fancy. It doesn't matter. You never have anybody in your car, and so some people do that. They prefer that, and they're not. They really don't care to be talking to people and having people and strangers in their car and having to keep their car clean. I personally don't really care much for that. I mean, I haven't done it yet, so I'm not real sure. But just the thought of it kind of is not appealing to me. But you never know. If I were to try it, I might really like it, because there are definite advantages to it. You can pick up a car to do that for $5,000-$6,000 or less. You don't have to spend $35,000 like I did on my Honda Pilot. And so you pick up a car for $5,000, and you get set up with Uber just to do the Uber Eats. And I can't tell you for sure what kind of car you need for that, but I'm sure it's not going to be that much of a car. But you can learn more after you get signed up with that link below. So let me see, what else? We covered the Uber, we covered the Lyft, we covered Uber Eats. I'm going to tack on to the end of this video some pictures or I took some shots on my laptop of my pay. Every Tuesday they do electronic deposit right into your account, and you can go online, and you can actually on your phone as well, and you can see how many trips you did, and you can see this every day. So it's not just once a week. You get paid once a week on Tuesday, but at any time you can go in and see where you stand as far as getting your promotion bonus, how many rides you've done, how many hours you've worked, and so on and so forth. And then I also track my miles from day to day. Your miles, well, here I'll cover the miles here in a minute. But I'm going to tack on at the end of this video this video I took of let me see, April, May, and June, I think it is, those 3 months. So and so that you can get an idea. And what I did was I calculate out my hourly pay by simply taking the amount of the check divided by the number of hours, and that gives you your hourly pay. And my hourly pay on these weeks that I'm going to put on the end of this video is right about 40, 45, 50, 48 dollars an hour. Okay, here's something I was trying to show you yesterday, but I couldn't get it to work, so I'm here at home. I created some screen dumps here of the checks I've gotten from May, June, and July. Quite a few of them here. Here's the first one. There's the next one. And you'll see that little calculator there off to the right. That is the amount of the pay divided by the number of hours. You'll see the number of hours there. And I think I'm doing all these in the correct order. There's for March 29th through the 5th. Now, these do not include any cash tips. There'd be many weeks when I would get, some weeks I'd get as little as $10. Other weeks I get $100 or more in cash tips. So these do not include any cash tips. Okay. There's one. There's one. And you'll see on the calendar there, these are the days I worked, how many hours I worked on each day. Well, not exactly how many hours, but you see that those blue stacks. That gives you, like on here, I worked the most on Saturday. And you can pause this at any time if you want. Take a longer look at it. Okay, so that's it for now. If you have any questions, shoot them to me in the comments down below. Thanks for watching the video. Again, if this is useful information to you, or it may be useful, maybe somebody you know, I just ask that you like the video, share it with others, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks so much, and God bless. Okay, so that's what all I've got for now. You've just seen all the checks, basically check stubs for about 6 or 7, about 8 weeks, 10 weeks, and so now I'm gonna close out the video, and I hope to see you again soon. Again, if you like this video, please give it a like and share it with others who may be interested in doing this business. Thank you so much. Take care, and God bless.